Alright everyone, in this video we're going to go over how to create the wiring diagram and do the planning and preparation for wiring job 1, which requires us to wire a regular duplex outlet in a junction box. Alright, so when you get your wiring board, what you'll need for this is this wiring job is only two pencils. You need a regular pencil and you'll need a blue pencil. The regular pencil represents the hot wire, and then the blue pencil represents neutral, or the white. All right, hot meaning the black wire. And when you get your wiring board, what you'll notice is that your wiring board should have a black wire coming from the circuit breaker into this junction box, and it should have a white wire. All right. When we do these wiring jobs, a rule for this class, we don't ever put anything in this junction box. We put stuff in this junction box, this switch box, and this switch box. All right. That's to practice making sure that we attach wire nuts and pull wire. All right. So you can pick either one of these top two to put the regular duplex outlet. I'll just put it in the top right for no other reason. All right. So when we draw in a duplex outlet, it looks like this. Don't forget you have 4 screws. The screws on the right side should be the brass ones. The screws on the left side should be the silver ones or the white ones. And so when you put a new wire to connect here, so this represents a wire nut, you then have your hot wire connect to any one of these 2 screws. All right. It should be a full outlet. Make sure it doesn't have any tape here, and that it has the full tabs. All right, and then from there, all you do is simply complete your circuit by going from the other side, pick either one, connect the white here to the white there, and there you have your circuit. All right, that's all you need to complete this wiring job. So that's the wiring diagram, and then you'll make that physically. But before you do that, you should fill out the planning and preparation. So materials, you'll need black wire, white wire, and a regular duplex outlet. Again, that's the only materials you need to complete this job. Oh, you also need wire nuts. All right, tools. So what are you going to need to actually make this all happen? You'll need wire strippers. All right, so wire strippers. You'll need what I'm trying to say, lineman's pliers that will help you do your pigtails. You can use the wire strippers. There's usually a little hole in the wire strippers that you can use to make your hook. If you don't use that, you could also use a pair of needle nose pliers. All right. All right. And then the only other thing I can think that you might need is either a flathead or a Phillips head screwdriver. I would say using a Phillips head would be best. If there are enough, if you can't find a Phillips head, or if there are not enough, you can certainly use a flathead screwdriver. All right. The process, I would say, first, generally we pull the wire according to the wire diagram. Then we connect wires and components. By components, I mean any outlets and switches. And that's all there really is to this. All right. One thing to note is that when you actually fit, when we draw these, I do try to draw them going through the piece of conduit. I might not always be as careful with that, but I'll try to be. But definitely when you pull the wires, you definitely have to pull them from one box into another, and make sure you have a couple inches of the wire sticking out of each junction box. That way you have enough room to do your pigtails here, do your connections here, things like that. And then when you take apart your projects, please, do not cut much of the wire. You might just cut the pigtail off or something like that, or cut the hook off, but do not cut an inch or two of wire. Especially the wire that's coming out of the breaker box. We can replace that wire, and we do often replace that wire as needed, but the less we have to replace, the better. The projects will go faster, so please do not cut much of the wire. All right. If you're finished this, now you're ready to start the actual wiring. Check in with your teacher for that. Thank you very much.